spraying my stuff because of mosquitoes. Anyway, I know that somebody has said something negative about you, maybe about your work ethic. Now, for folks who know me, including people I have worked with for like 30 years ago, they know my work ethic. It's top notch. Granted, we cannot control what people say, but the one thing that infuriates me the most is don't lie on me about my job. Do not lie on me. My husband will tell you, like, that just infuriates me because I am the consummate professional. I am always prepared. In fact, my parents taught my sister and I the 5 P's of life. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. When it comes to doing well, yeah, that's me. Now, I know my ascension in the business was because I was good. While some would have you believe that it was something else, the proof is in the pudding. 7 Emmy Awards and an Edward R. Murrow Award, one of the top awards for journalism. Now, the breaking news story today, follow me here. Just follow me. The Karen Reed trial, it ended today with a not guilty verdict. And one of the reasons was because a police officer and investigator wrote a derogatory text about Karen. Babe, come get the babies, please. And sent it to other officers on the scene. It was entered as evidence in the trial, creating a narrative that the police had it in for her and possibly planted and or destroyed evidence. Isn't it something that facts, evidence, whether it's in action, spoken, or even written, is dismissed when you're trying to prove your case to human resources about how you've been treated? Hey, boo-boo. Well, I have dozens of examples, but I'll share this one, a little similar to Karen Reed's case. It was during COVID, and we were all working from home. I was actually broadcasting live from my house, upstairs in my office. And I sent a story I did to the news director after the 6 p.m. newscast. So, to the news director, the assistant news director, 2 producers, and an assignment editor. Guess what happened? The assistant news director wrote a disparaging remark about me and my work ethic and hit reply all. I got it. And as I was responding, he tried to recall the email, but it was too late. I responded and I said, I'm sure you didn't intend for me to see this. Now, this is someone who I'm supposed to trust to treat me fairly? Of course, the gaslighting, as you can imagine, it began. I sent the email to the general manager, crickets. Now, I did hear from the assistant news director who kept blowing up my phone, asking me to call him. I was like, we're done. Like, we're done. Boy, bye. And the gaslighting continued. This is one of the many egregious moments that happened at the station. And it was, in fact, for me. There were many straws, but it was the last straw. And it was also the night I told my husband, I'm done. He was like, what do you mean? I was like, I'm done. I was like, I'm not going back to that place. I actually walked off the job, as I mentioned before in another post, on June 5th of 2020. And a month later, a day before my EEOC mediation, the VP of Human Resources told me, well, we coached him in kindness, and the station wants you to come back. Nah, I'm good. Here's the moral of the story. You may not be able to address your employer in court to hold them accountable, but at the very least, just fight for yourself. Fight for yourself, because no job is worth staying in an environment that is persistently toxic, especially when management, when they fail you by doing absolutely nothing. So hold on to all the evidence, hold on to the emails, the texts, the voicemails, maybe even camera recordings, everything, because you never know. You might actually have a smoking gun that proves their narrative is a lie. I had a lot of smoking guns. But again, because there are no laws to protect us, it doesn't really do us any good. In the end, you will likely have detractors because you're good at what you do. And your accomplishments expose their ineptness. So keep on shining. Keep shining brightly. And remember, their negative comments highlight how they really feel about themselves. All right, y'all, these mosquitoes. I'll see you next time. Jesus. Babe, they're getting me.